What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of your favorite podcast. This is episode 106 of The Prodigal Sons. What's love got to do with it? That is messed up. The man takes 1 week of vacation. You take him out of the intro video. I love it. I love it. But we got a good stand-in here. I am Dave, along with my friend Elijah.
What's up, yo?
Along with my friend Sean.
Hey, how are you?
And as always, along with my friend Tom Rivera, who right now is just in love with this box of Yoo-Hoo. One of our favorite dropped off. Oh, boy.
You got Javelle to thank for that
I
one.
don't think he's going to speak the whole show. I think he's just going to sit there and just hug that box the whole time.
Hey, producer, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you. I miss the producer.
We don't ever want
He's
you to.
back there doing his
Yo, you
magic potions and stuff in the dark corner behind all those computer screens.
I'm gonna
I
take a
forget that
picture.
he's human sometimes.
I'm gonna take a picture because it looks like mission control, and I'm gonna send it. Like you can't even see his. All you see is you can barely see it. You can't see anything but body parts. It's crazy, but I'll take a picture of it.
I forget. I think he's like Darth Vader. You know, he's more machine than man now.
Yeah. Yep. He's a Borg. You're a Borg now. That drinks coffee.
You want to know who the worst guy is at the gym?
Who's the worst guy at the gym?
The worst guy at the gym. I used to think the worst guy at the gym was the guy at the gym who would refuse to wipe down the equipment after he sweated all over it.
What's going on?
And now that person's the second worst person at the gym.
Who tops that guy?
The guy who doesn't wipe down the machines but walks around with the wipey towel so that if anybody tries to catch him, he's like, "No, I have one. I'm good, thanks." That guy was there this morning.
I thought the worst guy at the gym was the guy who has every muscle worked out and bulging and doesn't need to be at the gym.
That's me. I got nowhere else to be, man.
I'm not commenting.
I
You
got-
look good. You look good. You look good. You look good. You look good.
I mean, that's what they say every time I go in. They're like, "You don't need to be here. This isn't where you're supposed to be." Isn't that?
You walk in there, you say, "I am pure perfection, and this is what you should strive for."
Just do the ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh man.
All right, so I promised that I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait any longer to do the workout mix. The workout mix game that we were
very nice.
that I teased last week. So, with Tom being away for 6 weeks, how long is he away? 7, 8, 10
Hey,
weeks.
buddy, how are you?
My goal is that at the end of his vacation, he doesn't want to come back.
Oh, we can make that happen.
Well, he's got all that Yoo-Hoo. I mean, that'll last him at least 10, 15 minutes.
He can fill this bathtub with that.
That might be. You've heard of like the spas where you do the bath full of wine.
No,
Really?
I've never heard of that.
So actually, you seriously have never heard?
I've never
So
heard of
I've never been to one.
Who has that much money? Unless they drinking sham pipple.
I've never been to one, but I've heard of these spas where you bathe in wine. I'm sure it's the cheap stuff. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Manischewitz.
It's Mad Dog 2020. Little Boone's Farm.
It's just a fifth or the
Blue
not.
raspberry.
We should open a spa where you sit in a 55-gallon drum full of Mad Dog.
Just the rotten grapes in the tub. Just rotten grapes in there. Have fun. And whenever get mushed, they drain out for somebody else's wine. That's disgusting.
So I think you just reuse the Mad Dog. It's cleaning. I mean,
No.
You just stir it up, send the next person in.
just filter it.
Got your jelly. No, I don't want that.
So there are spas where you could bathe in wine. There's actually I saw in I believe this was an old documentary I watched. I think it was Ukraine or Russia, where they did a same thing, a spa, but you bathe in crude oil. Yeah, I know people are weird.
I do want to go. I do want to go to a natural hot spring.
There's a lot of jokes I want to make. I think we can make that happen. I'm just thinking, would Tom do the Red Bull or the Yoo-Hoo? Which one? I feel like
Maybe like a 50-50.
Oh,
I feel like he'll have the Red Bull hot tub and then jump into the Yoo-Hoo.
So there was a drink in Brooklyn.
Four Loco.
No. No. I think it was called an egg cream. It's an old Jewish thing,
Yeah.
which was chocolate milk and some kind of carbonated. I don't think it was seltzer. I think it was like ginger ale or something. So you think that's what Tom's doing? Half Yoo-hoo. Somebody looking up egg cream.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I think Tom might do the half Yoo-hoo, half Red Bull. Kind of chocolatey, but sparkle it up.
With a shot of whipped cream on top.
It does say New York egg cream.
And what's in it?
Let me get to it. Let me see.
Is it loading?
No, I'm going to the.
Did it just download a virus?
It's buffering.
It's not buffering.
I think you just downloaded a virus. That was the secret
That's what
code
it
to
was.
get your computer
Like,
hacked.
oh, get
Especially in the
this guy.
church. You're looking up alcoholic beverages in the church?
I don't know how Tom deals with this microphone stand. It's all loose and stuff. I should have fixed this before the show.
Chocolate, syrup,
Ooh.
cup of milk or half and half. White glass, 16 ounces. I'm not going to read that out loud. Club soda.
Club soda. So it's basically sparkling
Talk about this, right?
chocolate milk. I think Tom's going to go to Brooklyn now.
You see what
Yes, yeah, we can't read that on air. That's that'll definitely get us an.
I don't even want to know what you guys are looking at.
That'll definitely give us a violation. We haven't finished paid off the last violation yet. So.
At school, we're a nonprofit, so we don't have to pay the fines from the FCC. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
how that works.
I'm pretty sure they'd be kicking the door if you read that out loud.
All right,
Wow.
so we all have a workout mix. To get back to the actual thing here, we all have a workout mix that we use at the gym. And Tom wanted to be part of this, so he sent me his list.
Oh, very nice.
So I just have some questions about yours because I'm pretty into my workout mix. I'm always trying to find new stuff, new inspirational things that get you to push a little bit harder as I'm counting up in my exercise. But I don't know how else you would do it other than counting up, but whatever.
I count up.
Okay, so
When you spend money, your bank account don't
Elijah.
count up. Yes.
Elijah, we're doing a show.
Okay.
Elijah, what is your favorite song to get you in the mood to work out?
X gonna give it to you.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I like that. I like that. So
I'm sorry. I just want to do push-ups right now. I give you 2.
Dos.
So my favorite one for starting out is, I wish the lyrics were different, but Money Talks by AC/DC.
Oh,
Lisa doesn't like the
I
lyrics.
thought you were going to say Lil Kim. Money talks.
What's your favorite song to get you in the mood to work out there, Sean?
The Boys Are Back by Dropkick Murphys.
Nice. Is your whole collection going to be Dropkick Murphys?
Pretty
I was about
much.
to- Is that the song you tore your calf muscle on?
No, that was I'm gonna have to
What
look
was
it
that?
up.
Dropkick Murphys?
No, it was a KB song that I tore my
Oh,
calf
okay.
muscle to.
Okay, so Tom's answer for the best startup song at the gym to get in the mood to work out is Bop.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
Hanson.
That's a
Hanson.
throwback.
Hanson. Well, he thinks it just came out. He said it was the new one, Bop.
He said it was on fleek.
Yeah, on fleek with the Hanson boys. I
Very
think he
nice.
still thinks they're like teenagers.
They were
Very
20
nice.
years ago.
All right. Best song once you've started working out and really gets you in the mood to keep driving forward.
Bound.
What is that?
It's the
Sing a
kind-
little.
kind-
I'm just kidding.
Ooh, okay. Please.
All right, my recent one is The Comeback by Red Light King. That's I'm in this whole like comeback phase. Like here, like
like Rocky after losing, he wants to come
yes,
back to that.
yeah, like it's not too late because I'm old and I'm fat and I'm trying to convince myself that it's not too
You are
late.
not old. Sean,
Sean, what do you got for your warm up?
yes,
Uh,
yes, Rachel, Yoo-hoo.
Uh,
It's here.
Johnny, I Hardly Knew You.
Bye.
Dropkick Murphys.
Love it. And Tom's, I'm too sexy.
Wow.
As he's plucking his eyebrows.
Yep.
Too sexy
Yeah.
for this gym.
It's weird because guy goes in with a full body mirror and puts it in front. I've seen him at the Y. It's weird. It takes him a while to set up. He's got to have his tweezer station. Now he's got his nose hair station, and the full body mirror in front of the treadmill.
Wow.
And then he puts it on really low. Well, that's gonna get us in trouble. Okay, so in the middle of your workout, when you're kind of in the groove, what's your favorite song there, Elijah?
God's Plan.
Who's that?
Ooh,
Drake.
that's a good one. I
You
like
gotta
that.
send me some of this stuff. I'm always looking for new stuff.
That's an old song. It has
I'm
Whitney-
always looking for old new stuff.
New
Dude,
to me, new
I
to me
ju-
stuff.
I just found Tupac like 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
I just never
Tupac 2 years ago. Too late.
mind. Why?
Never mind.
Yeah. You guys are gonna make fun of me, and I don't care. The Greatest Show. Do you know it?
Is that from the movie?
It is. What's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
The Greatest Showman?
Dude, it's awesome. Okay,
That's Wolverine.
you can't listen to that and not be inspired.
That's Wolverine.
To be something, I just imagine myself as the big lady with the beard,
Never seen the movie.
and I think I can be a star.
Never heard that laugh before.
That was a legit laugh.
Never heard
Episode
that
106.
He
we got
I
a
wasn't
legit-
expecting that.
Never
You
heard
caught
that
me off.
before.
You caught me off guard.
That
If
was funny.
now you got to watch the movie.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm the
Oh,
big
it's a
lady with the
great
beard.
movie.
You say Hugh Jackman, but you ever see Night at the Museum when they
Yes.
when they ran on stage and he was performing a play, and they called him Huge Ackman?
No,
You never saw the last Night at the Museum?
I didn't know there was more than one.
There's three.
Yeah,
Is
it
it
I don't
three,
think I saw
son?
the third one.
Three.
That's a travesty.
You better stop.
Okay, Sean.
Warriors Code.
Bye.
Dropkick Murphys.
That's crazy. All right.
You know what? You just made me remember a song from the 90s by a guy called King Just. It's called Warriors Drum. I got to look that up.
Tom's favorite song for the middle of his workout is Walk Like an Egyptian or Who Let the Dogs Out. That's what he put it. Sometimes he switches it up. Who Let the Dogs Out or Walk Like an Egyptian,
Depends on where you're at in your workout, I guess.
I guess. Okay, now we're getting towards the end of the workout where you're not quite sure if you can keep pushing, but you want to just push on and go that extra, give it that extra whatever. Oh,
Rough Riders Anthem.
you got to send me all the stuff.
Nice.
Man.
All right, mine. I'm gonna get to make fun of me out of the way. Champion by Carrie Underwood and Ludacris. Have you ever heard this?
Oh, you going to throw the twist on it with Ludacris, right?
Oh, I had to. I
gonna
can't
throw-
just say Carrie Underwood.
How does that go?
Here, why don't we just get
No, because you're going to get us in trouble.
us kicked off?
Yeah, don't get us muted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that enough, or we're gonna get kicked off?
No, that was. I think that
you're
was
all
enough.
All right, Sean, what do you got there?
Rose Tattoo.
Bye.
Dropkick Murphys.
You're a man of many, many tastes.
You like that? This is my workout music. I'm
He's from Boston. What do you want? All right, Tom's. It's a small world after all.
Nice.
That's what when he
That's a
needs a
good-
little extra motivation at the
little,
end.
little something to keep you going.
It's a small world after all. All right, end of the workout, and you decided you're going to push just a little bit more.
Well,
You were at the end 5 minutes ago, and you should have stopped, but you're going to keep going. What do you got?
the good,
You
the
just
bad,
need a
the
couple more
ugly
minutes. Okay.
by consequence, and it's not because of the lyrics, but it's just the beat. I like
Okay.
the beat.
Okay. Oh, I guess I need mine. The one I've been digging lately. I got two. One is "Dig Down" by Muse, and the other one is "Born to Rise" Red Light King.
Nice.
What do you got?
Shipping up to Boston. Dropkick Murphys.
Wow, it's eclectic. Is his
It is.
taste? It's really eclectic.
I sample from all genres.
Yeah, all of Dropkick Murphy's genres. He just samples from all of them. And Tom's, when he just needs a couple more minutes and he decided to push harder than he's ever pushed before, God's Not Dead.
Very nice.
He's surely alive.
That's very, very nice. That's a
Yeah.
nice.
Actually-
Rachel, that's Tom. That is our co-host Tom hugging the yoo-hoo.
Yeah. He doesn't say much.
No, he's just along for the ride. He's in.
He kind of melded in this week. We normally have another we have another co-host, and he decided he was going to leave us for a few weeks. So, it's about the same thing.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
this guy is a little
He's got a little height on Tom. He's a little taller.
a little more endearing.
A lot.
But he still has the same love for Yoo-Hoo, though.
And he's not that. He's way less standoffish than Tom is.
Yeah. They both love chocolate toilet water.
Ugh. Ugh. Good Lord.
And what is a song that people wouldn't think that you would have in your workout mix, but you do? Elijah, I'm expecting a lot from you.
I recently just started listening to there's this rapper called Jack Harlow, and he has a remix song called "What's Poppin'," and I just love it.
No, I'm talking about like you got Elton John in there or something. You have
Oh!
to. Yeah. What is one that somebody would be
something like that.
Yes.
It's funny you said Elton John because piano. Is it piano?
Piano Man?
Yes.
Billy Joel.
No. Elton John. Rocket Man is what I was saying.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
That's in your workout mix?
Yeah.
Love it.
Rocket Man and Queen is in there too.
All right. Mine is, I would have to say, California Love, Tupac.
Very nice.
What was the... I just got such a judgmental look.
It's not just Tupac.
Okay. Well, whoever else it is. Oh, jeez. Didn't mean to do that. Sean?
Hit Me Baby One More Time. Britney
Wow.
Spears.
That is not true.
Wow.
That is not in there. That's your Will Smith
Wow.
remix.
No, I just said it because Javelle said Britney Spears.
Is she?
It's Bohemian Rhapsody by
Oh,
Queen.
is it my playlist? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, because that's like a long song too. So that's a good one to get through cardio too.
I also have a lot of Hamilton
Okay.
from the play.
Okay. I could see that.
I do not have Britney Spears in my playlist.
Tom's response to that question was, there's nothing that I have that you wouldn't expect, but my favorite song in the whole workout mix is Tiny Dancer.
Very nice. Very nice. It's a good choice.
And have you ever been to the gym with Tom?
No.
With the full face mirror and the whole makeup station that he's got there on the elliptical, it's very weird when that song comes on because he just starts holding himself while he's running.
Does he like spin? in a
He starts
circle? Like,
running
does he twirl?
backwards and holding himself. Yeah.
I think we should put Elijah there, Rachel. That's a good. It's a good point you made.
Okay, that's it. I got nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Really? All right. I think that was interesting. That was interesting. Carrie Underwood and Ludacris. Like, I got to go back to this one. How old is this song?
I have no idea. I don't know much about music.
Hey, Jackie.
If I find something I like, I throw it in the workout list. I don't know much about music.
That's been lately what I've been doing. I've been basically like I'll play a song, listen to it, and you know how it automatically plays different songs after it.
I love Spotify.
I'll just
is
hit
it
like.
Spotify you use?
Yeah, I use Spotify, and I'll just hit like if I like it. And
Yep.
my list has grown like.
Yep.
It just grows.
I like when it's like suggests stuff based upon this playlist.
Right.
So, and that's how I usually find stuff.
2018, just to give you a heads up. That's when that song came out.
I think that was a Super Bowl song.
Was it?
I don't
That
know.
makes sense.
I think
Very
that was
inspiring.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought
Makes me want to play the Super Bowl.
I think you can.
I think I can too.
I think you can play the Super Bowl.
You think the big lady with the beard could play the Super Bowl? I think she could.
I gotta watch this
She
movie.
can
now.
sing.
But could she be a defensive lineman? Edge pass rusher.
I don't even want to talk. Like I'm gonna be so. This will be so.
You need to watch this movie. I can't believe
wanna
you
see
haven't
it.
yet. Not historically accurate at all, but good movie.
Like National Treasure.
Sure, like that. Was that based on a real? Was that based on Nicolas Cage's life?
Have it and lose it all.
And wow. And at one point he was trying to find. At one point he was trying to get the Declaration of Independence, and his head caught on fire. It was weird.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
He
mixing
went through a
movies.
weird phase.
It's always weird. Always. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's good.
Anyways, so you guys have anything interesting going on this week?
Not a whole lot this week. Just been real busy with work, so running like crazy. We're super short-handed, so.
You ever have one of these things where you think as a parent, you're just going to get 5 minutes apiece and it's going to be awesome. And then it just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So Sunday morning, yeah.
So I did have a question about your Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Because I stayed after service to help, throw some stuff in the dumpster and help take tables down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you went home that way, if you saw or not, but I go by and Dave's out there.
I sure was.
And he's got his 3 girls lined up.
Mm-hmm. I did.
And I'm pretty sure.
I wish you were making this up.
He was carpet shampooing his driveway.
Close.
He had an industrial carpet shampooer.
Yeah.
And he was going back and forth. And he didn't look happy about it by any means. I'm just saying.
I wasn't unhappy. I wasn't happy.
Maybe you were just concentrating.
I was concentrating.
But the troops were lined up in a row.
They were...
They were facing the firing squad.
They had the hands crossed behind their back.
You must have been really scared because you didn't stop.
I stopped twice. I stopped at the corner at the stop sign, and I looked, and I'm like, should I get out and see if everything's okay? And then I looked, and I saw Dave's concert, and I said, maybe not. So I went around the corner, and I stopped again. And I'm like, no, this is definitely a drive-by moment. I just need to keep moving.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep... Did you take pictures?
No, that would have been bad. I should have got a video.
You should have. That would have been awesome. This is just Dave on a Sunday afternoon, shampooing the
Is that
driveway.
what you were doing, though?
Shampooing the driveway? Close. Okay, so here's the story. Sunday morning, before church, I says to myself, Self, you're going to get a cup of coffee. You're going to sit down in the living room, put it on the coffee table, because that's where coffee goes. And you're going to enjoy 5 minutes apiece. And I have a new puppy in my house. And I have an old dog in my house. And the puppy is a little bit aggressive towards the old dog. He's bullying the old dog, which we didn't see that one coming. But anyway, so the puppy pins the older dog. Mo is the puppy. Jeter is the old dog. Mo pins Jeter against the coffee table. Gets his collar caught in the coffee table. Jeter freaks out. Jumps up with the coffee table, flipped it over. My coffee shattered. Coffee all over the living room. And dog starts running around the living room with a coffee table attached to his collar. Puppy freaks out, runs in the other room. So I stop the dog. I get the collar off of him, get the table off of his collar, which, by the way, weighs like 30 pounds. Get the glass picked up from my coffee cup and proceed to roll up the rug, which absorbed 90% of my morning coffee. And then I go in the other room and find that the puppy has freaked out to the point where he pooped all over the entry room rug. So I got 2 rugs that are pretty much destroyed in under 10 seconds. So I got the carpet steamer cleaner thing after church.
From Giant.
Brought it out to the driveway, laid it out. Had the kids stand on the end of the carpet so that it wouldn't move. And shampooed the rugs.
Did you pay them for this?
No. That's
So
the cost of living in my house.
Yeah.
To be paperweights.
It's a valuable life lesson.
To be.
Well, the carpet weights, not really paperweights.
What's the lesson?
The lesson is patience? No, because I didn't display much of that. Kindness? Nope. That wasn't it.
Love?
I was loving about 7 hours after this happened. Does that count?
Did you still love the dog after you did this?
Not right away, no. So we named him Mo. So we have a New York Yankees thing going on.
That's terrible.
We have Jeter. Yeah, I know. We have Jeter, who's the old dog. We've had him for about 8 years now. And we just got the new one. We went through a bunch of different names, what we should have named him, or what we could have named him, and we picked Mo for Mariano Rivera. His full name is Mariano. And I realized that afterwards we should have named him A-Rod. Because he does a lot of stuff he shouldn't do, and nobody likes him.
Wow.
Very nice.
That would have been...
I'm actually kind of glad I didn't stop now.
Yeah, he'd have been like, hey, you get the other corner. You'd have been
Sean's like, that looks like a whole lot of I don't want to be involved.
Well, like I said, when it looked like you were shampooing the driveway, I figured it was a good time to just keep minding my business.
I would love to see.
I pulled the Kermit. I just rolled the window up and kept going.
I would love to see what that looked like from the street.
He's lost.
3 girls lined up, and Dad is shampooing the driveway.
Well, I'm pretty sure your neighbors were like all around the corner, around the bush there. They're all like, are they all right? Like they were just checking things out.
Yeah, this guy moved in a couple years ago, and he's always doing something. Now he's out there with a carpet shampooer on the driveway. I don't know about this.
It was whispering to the girls, wink if you need help.
Yeah, it was weird because 4 houses went on the market on my street on Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like they...
Really?
Cheap, too.
Yeah, it's just really even... It's funny, they packed up and they left and just stuck a for sale sign in the lawn on the way out.
You know, it's like you could fall off a bike and find a wooden nickel. I was not ready for that.
So Javar has some new toys that are really cool. Nobody tell Tom. We're gonna definitely we're gonna get him to read a Bible verse next week or something, or when he comes back. Get him to read a Bible verse, and he'll be like, "And the Lord said, let it be good." And Tom will just be like, "I didn't realize my voice. I've matured while I was gone."
Could you put the treble up in this? I'm a bit bassy. No, Tom, that was not you.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
So.
Jeez, that's too bad. I can't wait. I can't wait till he gets back. What is he doing again?
I think he went bike riding.
Big Will?
In Delaware.
In Delaware?
Yeah, all I know is he went bike riding in Delaware, I think.
Man, hope he didn't fall over in a crosswalk.
No, he wouldn't do that. He's got his wits about him.
That's good. That's good.
If you guys could see my face, but you can't, so. Yeah, I will be
it means that we got to do that voice thing every week.
It'd be unexpected.
He just took a bite of Cheerios or something, just spit them across the room.
All over
Captain
the place.
Crunch all over the living room.
So that means blood and cereal came out.
Oh man.
Captain. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty good this
All right,
week.
everybody. That was episode 106.
Sweet.
That was it? Okay.
Out of here. That was a quick, easy one.
Yeah. Well, did we forget? Oh, we forgot the topic. You want to do the topic?
Do we have one?
I mean, we have several, as it turns out.
Well, it's piecemeal night.
So I came in prepped for one topic, and we're doing another. But hey, they work together.
It's like potluck. Like on a Sunday night at church, you just potluck it. You know?
That's cool.
Tie it together.
So
Share the love.
for our episode tonight, what's love got to do with it? Our verse comes from
Exxon Valdez.
Exxon.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
That's not your slogan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will it cost you an arm and a leg to fill up a tank? No?
Literally.
Yeah.
Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers all wrongs. I'll pretend like I had that up.
Like you were ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. It's a smooth transition.
That was terrible. I miss Tom. Tommy.
Tommy,
Hey.
you put the yoo-hoo down
Hey,
and get back
Tom.
into the game.
Tom, yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo.
I like the one. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. God desires righteousness from us, and human anger does not produce that. Instead, hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers all wrongs. That's about the world we live in today, isn't it?
Wait, you said quick to speak?
Dear brothers and sisters, this is from James. Take note of this. Everybody should be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires.
That's spot on.
It's all there, man.
That's spot on.
It's all in the book.
That's spot on. Because that quick to listen and slow to speak is why a lot of is how anger gets fueled. If you do it the reverse way, because if we're having a disagreement, you're not listening to my side. You're listening for me to finish so you can say what you want to say.
Or I'm listening for you to trip up so I can call you on it. Right? if we're just going to have
Are you trying to anger me by not letting me finish my point? Because you're only proving what that says. Son of a gun, he got me.
The other one, this book, believe it or not, the Bible is full of passages about love.
Little golden nuggets.
How about 1 Corinthians 13:2? If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but I have not love, I don't have anything.
My namesake has the gift of prophecy.
Yeah, Elijah. But it's nothing without love.
You're absolutely right, and I love you guys. Sometimes.
You brought tacos.
It happens.
You hooked us up with the Taco Tuesday. I love you, brother.
He just did it because he knew I was fasting today. He's like, watch this.
No. Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
And we ate them right in front of the show. He said tacos. And he was looking over looking at his bottle of water, looking at the tacos.
Like leaning into me. I'm like, come on, man. Like, back up a little bit.
I was like, oh, I spilled my pico on your phone. Sorry. Cilantro.
You didn't have to send him pictures of it while they were making them at the restaurant. That was a little over the top.
I don't think so.
You're like, Sean, check
There's
this
a video
out.
of the guy who made the taco. He was like telling me the ingredients and how he cooked it, how much love he put into it.
Yeah, you can hear the sizzle from the chicken.
I marinated the meat overnight. It was great.
That was amazing.
Is this a French taco guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, he is. He's.
I don't know.
It is fantastique.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a one of these hybrid fusion restaurants. It's French Mexican.
He's from Spain, but he trained in France.
Yeah, it's French, Spanish, Mexican fusion
Cuisine.
It's got snails in the tacos. It's awesome.
Oh no escargot for me. No.
So what are we supposed to do as Christians that are supposed to be filled with God's love out there in the world that's so full of anger? And how do we not get tripped up in it? Because we do all the time.
I mean, we're not supposed to keep telling people how wrong they are 100% of the time?
I think we're supposed to judge them first and then tell
Ask
them.
questions later.
No, we don't ask questions. We
No, we
judge
just-
them, tell them what they're doing wrong, keep walking.
Keep moving. That's good. That's good philosophy to live by.
I think you guys are both wrong.
Really?
Yep.
How's that?
Yep. Because we don't judge. We listen. We try to understand. And if we don't agree, like we've all done many times before, it's like, you know what? There's nothing I can do for you right now. I love you, and I wish you the best. Deuce.
I think this is kind of one that's hard for me to talk about because I've been so quick to judge people and slow to listen. And I think that verse is pretty convicting. And I need to be a little more open, listen, care, and show love. Really, I wake up just about every day and try to convince myself that I'm not going to judge anybody. And I usually make it till about 7:30.
So before you leave the house, you're judging.
Sometimes I think if I don't leave the house, it won't happen. But then I still have windows. So as soon as I open the blinds.
So do you have blinders on to those in your house?
Yes. Yeah. I just don't listen to my kids.
You have a spouse.
Oh, she's fine.
Did you
She
judge?
told me she's fine.
Did you judge Mo before he knocked the coffee off your table?
I judge Mo every day of his life.
So you can't leave the house without judging somebody. It's everywhere. Like I wake up and Elijah can still be asleep and I'm judging him. I walk out and I'm like, that's going to be there when I come home. I know it. He's not going to pick that up. Like, and I'm just judging right away. It's not right.
So I've found myself in the last few weeks as I've been going through a time
Anna.
where I try to reserve judgment because it's not our job is to judge. And I think that's one of the things that gets us into trouble is judging situations. Have you noticed that sometimes you'll be like, at the gym, that guy's not going to clean off his equipment. He's not. He's just working out. He's going to sweat all over. He's not going to clean it up. And like you find yourself getting built up about that, and then the guy turns around and cleans everything up. And you're like, oh, maybe I didn't need to get mad about that.
You're like, I bet that guy counts down.
Oh, I do that.
How dare he?
How
He's not,
dare he?
he's not going to wipe off the machine, and he counts down. He counts back. Not okay.
So I was reading a Bible study about showing God's love to each other. A couple things that popped out. Show God's love to each other by listening. We definitely don't listen anymore. Like we were talking about pre-show, even with current events and judicial rulings and how, one side thinks about situations, another side thinks. The one thing that nobody does anymore is listen to each other about it. They don't want to listen to what your side is. They want to go in with their prejudices and they want to attack.
I work with people. I've worked with people who are just set in their ways. They're just completely set in their ways. Like they automatically assume that this type of person is going to do this type of thing. And, when it comes to like judicial rulings and everything like that, like they are so quick to just be like, the government this, the government that, the government this, the government that. There's a lot that I don't agree with. There's some that I do agree with, but they completely take emotion and feelings and how somebody else might feel out of a situation, and they're just cold when it comes to some things. And I'm just like, as much as I don't want to get involved emotionally with things, it's very hard to just cut off feeling because I actually care about how people feel.
It makes you unique. I don't care about how anybody feels.
You say that, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And that's not me judging you. That's just me knowing the facts.
Listen, I'm with you. Like, I think we're at a point in the climate of this country where there's no more sitting down. Nobody's allowed to disagree. Nobody's allowed to have a differing opinion. You just have to hate the person based on what they believe. There's no more compassion. There's no more love. There's no more compromise.
I would just jump in right there. You said you have to hate the person based on what they believe. Mm-hmm. I think you have to hate the person based on what you think they believe. Because you're not listening.
Pre-assumption of what you think they believe. So I was reading a couple. I have like 3 quotes that I brought this week, and I don't know if I'll use them all, but at least a couple of them I want to. I think it's important, like for us as Christians, when we're having these conversations, whether we agree or disagree, the important thing is that the person that we're talking to, whether we feel, like it was good for us or not, is to make them feel like they got their point across and that they feel like their point was validated, whether it's crazy or it makes sense or, whatever it is. They should never walk away from us feeling like we treated them like dirt, like we didn't care about what they had to say. Now, maybe we don't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't. But you should at least make them feel like that you should at least listen to what they have to say, have some empathy for what they're going through. So I have a quote from A. Jackson Brown Jr. Love is when the other person's happiness is more important than your own.
Wow.
So even if they're 100% wrong, letting them walk away feeling like $1 million because...
Like you said, feeling like they were listened to at least.
Mm-hmm. If nothing else. They felt like they were valued for that time that you were willing to spend with them. And really, I mean, that's what love's about. Like you never know what somebody's going through. You don't know. Maybe that argument is the reason they go home and do something that's not good. Maybe they go home and do something not good to somebody else.
Or just dwell in the anger for days and days after a conversation. It seems like we're in a place where, there's a left and right. Okay, there's a big box of left and a big box of right, but inside that big box, there's lots of little boxes. Like, well, you're on that side of the box and I'm on this side of the box. And then there's the middle people. And it's like we just try to be divisive until we all hate each other.
Was it okay if I put my wooden nickels in different boxes, little boxes inside the big box? Can I pick different things?
No.
No, I can only
have
pick
to be in
one box. That's all I'm allowed?
Little tiny box.
See, where's the love in that?
Well, there isn't any. That's the point.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the point. That's where politics is trying to bring us. That's where Satan's trying to bring us as a community, as a culture, as a people. Just try to divide and divide and divide and divide until there's nothing left.
It's working.
But the Bible study says show God's love by listening to each other. We don't listen anymore. Show God's love with generosity. Are we generous? Or is it my time, my money?
Mm-mm.
I'm not even going to think about you. My thoughts, my time, my personal happiness that matters most. Show God's love by encouraging each other. Are we encouraging anymore? do we go out of our way to say a word of kindness, a text, an email, if anybody does that anymore? Facebook?
Carrier pigeon?
Carrier turtle?
You know what? When you, all these things you're saying, like, very rarely do I go into Wawa in the morning. I used to go in every morning. I don't anymore. And there's excuse me, there's this older gentleman that is out there every morning, out front. He's drinking his coffee. He's not bothering anybody. He's not homeless or anything. I think he's just a guy who's, you know, up in his years and just wants to get out the house and just converse with people and talk to people. One morning I went, and you know, he had on, I know he's an Eagles fan, so every once in a while we'll talk Eagles if I have the time. One morning I went and I saw him and I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he was like, "Hey man, how you doing? I can't wait. I got a flight later today and I'm going." And I'm like, "Oh man, you got a flight? Where you going?" He was like, "Oh, I'm Irish, so I'm going to Ireland. I'm going to meet my family, you know, blah blah blah." And he started, and I was like, "Well, you know what? God bless. Have a safe trip." Thank you. So a couple of weeks go by, and then I go back in last week, and I see him. And he sees so many people every day. I don't think he knows everyone unless people stop and talk to him. So I was in line, and he walked right past me, looked at me. I said, "How was your trip?" "Oh, man, it was great. Like, you were, oh, man, my family over there was so great. They were so nice, so down to earth, not into all that other BS and this, that, and the third." And I was like, "So you had fun?" "It was amazing." I was like, "Well, I'm glad you had a good time." He was like, "Man, I didn't even know you knew I went." I said, "No, I was here the day you were, you know, supposed to get on your plane. And, you know, and I told you, you know, have a, you know, God bless, have a safe trip." And I said, "I'm glad you made it back. I'll talk to you later." I was running late for work, but in that moment, I didn't care because it wasn't about me. Just me saying that to him, how he lit up, like somebody remembered, like, you know what I mean? And I just was in that moment. And I was okay with it. If I was late for work, I was late for work. But I'm pretty sure I made his day. And that made my day. So I stop, listen, talk sometimes when I, you know, when I feel it, I do it.
I think there's so much prejudice and self-righteousness and self-centeredness in this world that anytime you buck that trend, it's never, I contend it's never been easier to go out of your way for somebody because they notice. Because everybody's in it for themselves these days. You know, I think one of the things that we get upset about is when anybody would do anything that's not exactly the way that we would do it. And the example I have for that is this, and I think I've used it on the show before, is, you know, you get mad at people who are driving too slow on the highway, right?
Always.
And you get mad at people who are driving too fast on the highway.
I don't, but I just try and race them.
Yeah. So there's people, you get mad at people who are going way too fast. Like, "I'm a maniac." Or, you know, "Oh, look at this slowpoke in front of me." And what's the difference? They're just not doing what you would do.
Right.
You know, and that's called self-righteousness. You know, is saying that your way to do it is the righteous way to do it. And there are people who think differently, and there are people who do things differently, and there are people who have different values than you, and there are people who have different life experiences than you. And if we can get to a place where we love and accept other people, I think that's the beginning of showing Christ to others. Because the whole episode is called "What's Love Got to Do with It?" And a Christian, you know, trying to live out the Great Commission. What has love got to do with it? There's a lot of laws in the Bible. There's a lot of ritual in the Bible. And what is the overarching theme when Christ comes is that love covers everything. If you have not love, you are nothing. We need to get back to a place where we are showing people God's love. We do. I do. Need to get back to that place.
So that kind of brings me to my next quote. My next point was it's a quote by Marianne Williamson. And when I read it, it really made me think about what am I I'm just going to put this on me, but as Christians we should be doing. But what am I doing personally to help the lost? What am I doing personally to help those that are broken? What am I doing personally to help those who don't know a better way? And the quote says, "Until we've seen somebody's darkness, we don't really know who they are. Until we've forgiven somebody's darkness, we don't really know what love is." Because you said, getting back to the Great Commission, when we're out sharing with the broken and the lost, It's our job to step into the darkness so Christ can shine through to those people. We aren't going to do it because most of us are sitting in the darkness there too. But the fact is we have Jesus in us that's repelling the dark from getting inside of us. So it's our job to step into their darkness with them, whatever they're going through, so that Christ can shine through, so they can see, so they can start repelling the darkness. And we can move on. I think that's where we really get lost. Like, you know, we see all these different things like left, right, boom, everybody's had these opinions. I don't care what their opinion is. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care what your political party is. You are hurt. And I don't know how to fix that, but I know who does. So let me sit with you. Let me listen. You know, there are people in my life right now that going through some stuff. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to share. They want to be a burden. They don't want to tell you what's going on. So they won't share all their stuff. And, you know, I'll tell them, listen, I'm praying for you. Well, you don't know what to pray for. I don't care. God does. Mm-hmm. God knows exactly what you need. I'm just standing in the gap with you, for you. So that way, where there's two or more gathered, God is there. Mm-hmm. So let me be your second. I don't have to know the details. That's not for me to know. It's not important for me to know the details of what you've been through. If you want to share that with me, great. We can walk through that together. But the important part is that God knows. And the fact that we can share and the fact that we can pray together, whether I know the details or not, just love somebody unconditionally for no matter what they're going through, whatever darkness they're sitting, whatever muck. Jesus went through the muck. He drug a cross through the muck. He was spit on. He was beat. The least we can do is step into somebody's darkness and not judge them, not be self-righteous, not tell them what I would do in that situation, not tell them how I got through something similar, because it doesn't matter what I did. God does things different through each of us. And that's the important thing. Just be there and be an example, be a witness, be a testimony, and let God and the Holy Spirit work in them what God has prepared for them. Because what works for me isn't going to work for Elijah. What works for Elijah and I have a very similar situation, but what's worked for me is obviously not always worked for him. So I can sit here and say, hey, just do this and you'll be fine, because it's probably not going to work for him. But I can sit here and be like, listen, brother, I understand, man. Whatever you need to talk, you need to come by, get some coffee, eat, you know, we'll make some pulled pork, whatever. You know what I mean?
Salmon?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the big one's salmon.
We'll listen to Coming Up to Boston.
Yeah, shipping up to Boston. We'll get you out of that funk real quick. But yeah, just step into the darkness. Be willing to step into the darkness. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. But so is walking to Calvary with a wooden cross.
I think it's a lot easier to go to bring darkness or spread darkness than the light. You have to take your self-righteousness out of it. You have to train yourself to do it, because it's so much easier when there's a lot of like anger going on to just be part of it. You know, but to train yourself to be really righteous like Christ, to not let your anger get the best of you, to be slow to become angry, slow to speak. Oh my gosh, my wife would be like, oh yeah, slow to speak, that's you. But quick to listen, slow to speak. Human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires.
I, for one, have an issue because I'm not perfect. I so desperately want to forgive everyone. Some people I've forgiven, some people I'm on the road to forgive. And they say forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. But even those that I am having a hard time forgiving, I truly wish them nothing but the best. And I still have a God-type love for them. And I really hope that they can, figure things out and get their life going in the right direction. But the forgiveness is very hard. It is very, very, very hard to do, because you see some of the things that's caused by other people's actions. They don't get to see they don't see the hard part of it, So it's really hard to forgive them sometimes, because they haven't seen what you've seen. And that's the same thing for anybody else on the street. Like, you don't know what they've been through, so you shouldn't judge them. Like Sean said, just, I'll be praying for you. You don't know what to pray for. In my judgment, you look heavy.
Thanks.
You look like...
Appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy.
You look...
Still love you.
You look as if prayer is necessary.
Yeah,
and I want to be...
For the heaviness.
You guys totally took that out of context.
Only prayer can help now.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got left. For that in my
I'm
head.
done.
I was thinking about something today. If you guys have ever been in a, like a bad car accident or a situation where, like this, today I was out on a motorcycle ride. My wife doesn't know this. I hope she's not listening. A deer ran right out in front of me. Right out in front of me. I was doing like 70 miles an hour. Deer ran right out in front. Lock him up, It's one of those situations, if you're ever in like a near-death experience and then you make it through, kind of your next moment is, I don't really care what happens after. Like, I'm good now. Like, if people can wrong me, people can hurt me, whatever. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm just happy I'm here. Well, guess what? That's if we believe that Christ died for us, that's the attitude we should wake up with every morning and go to bed with. Is I'm just happy I'm here. I've been redeemed. I didn't deserve it. And I'm going to go forward and show his love. But we don't do that. It's just so easy to like fall into that again. That self-righteousness says, I deserve what I have. We don't. It's like a parent who gives to his children equally, and then one child is angry at the other. We're like, you didn't deserve anything you have. You didn't deserve the roof over your head, the food that you eat. Just love each other. That's all I ask, is that you love each other. But we have trouble doing that. So that's all I got.
No, it's a tough world we live in when everybody is self-absorbed,
No.
self-centered,
No.
self-righteous.
Yeah.
When we take the self out of it and we just let Jesus be righteous, let Jesus be the center, man, how great could the world be at that point? When we just turn the me off and let Jesus turn it on?
There'd be no room for politics and bickering anymore. What kind of world would that be?
A much better one.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
We might actually take care of the poor and clothe the homeless and give shelter.
Maybe not fill landfills with 70 billion tons of food a year when we have people dying in the streets that can't get a sandwich.
You're saying we might love each other?
We might show some love. We might show some compassion.
I don't see any profit in this. It's a poor business plan.
Well,
Nobody can run on that platform. What are you going to do for the country? I'm going to love each other.
I'd like to see the spreadsheets that Jesus kept.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what his profits were.
His profit margins?
Not his profits, not Elijah and
his
his profits.
I was trying to see if he was
margin.
if he was, doing a little word.
I know who his profits are.
Just saying, I heard you.
What was his profit?
I wasn't judging.
How much money did he have in his saddlebag?
All right, guys, listen. I think we've pretty much hogged the mic. Hey, Tom, you got anything to say?
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo. Yo, yoo-hoo. Tom, what do you got? He's like, just be cool, man.
You're on the close-up, Tom. What you got?
Yep.
Why did you dye your hair that color?
He's just staring at himself.
He's in a yoo-hoo coma.
It's ridiculous. Every week he speaks less and less.
Every week.
But, anyways.
Didn't miss him. Anyway. Love.
It's what's for dinner.
No, what was this song? Oh, I was singing it last week. What's love got to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Tina Turner. I won't do it again. Everybody be trying
Please
to
don't.
sign me to a contract because I sing so well.
I know, right?
I'm being so vain right now. I can't sing. Dave.
I'll
is
be
the
your
one
agent.
with the voice of an angel.
Don't sing unless anybody pays you. Don't sing for free.
So don't sing right now.
Is what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
We'll do some voice effects to make you sound better. I know that's what
I
the
get some
pros do.
auto-tune.
A lot of things.
There we go. What love got to do? Got to do it.
It sounds awesome.
I
Good
know.
job.
Yeah, put me on Spotify. Notify.
All right, let's pray and get out of here.
Real quick. What's love got to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things my mom used to always tell me got me to get her a gift, which was a cross. And it had a heart on it. I got her that because what she would always tell me at the end of the day is God is love. God is love. And when she passed, we were trying to figure out what we were going to put on her marker. And because that's what she always said, I made sure God is love was on her marker. And I believe that every day. You represent God. There's love in you. If you're a child of God, he loves you. So spread his word, spread his love.
Listen
That's
to
one
others.
and the same.
Listen.
Listen to others,
Yeah.
see others, acknowledge others, support others. Your side is not the only side. So,
Father God, thank you for bringing us together again for another opportunity to do exactly what you've called us to do, Lord. You prepared us. Lord, it breaks my heart to see the darkness in the world. It breaks my heart to see the anger in the world. It breaks my heart to see the neglect in this world. Lord, you see way more of it than I do. I can only imagine the long suffering that you've seen over the years and years and years. Of self-centeredness. Lord, this was never how you intended it to be. You had a plan to lead with love. And we chose our own path. We chose what we wanted. We decided that you were no longer important. But you never let up. You never forgot about us. You never turned your back on us. You continued to love us through it all. So, Father, we pray right here, right now. Going forward, the only thing that people would see when they see us is Jesus Christ. They would see your love, your compassion, your mercy, your grace. Lord, let it light up all the dark places. Let us find those that are broken like we were. Bring them back to a place of not happiness, but joy in you, with peace in their hearts. Give us the perfect example. Remind us how to follow it. Remind us to turn off the me and let Jesus shine through. We ask this in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
amen.
So just hold me closer, Tiny Dancer.
Turn out
Well,
the headlights on the highway.
I'm sure he's not the only one that loves it because it's a small, small world and everybody enjoys those songs.
Bob.
Bop, bop, boom, bop.
All right, let's get out of here. I got to walk like an Egyptian. Who let the dogs out anyway?
As a matter of fact, you said who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
So what songs do I have to get you again? God's Plan.
All of them. Just send me your mix. You know you can just share your workout
share
mix,
it.
right?
I don't know because then everybody's going to take credit for it.
Just share it to me. You just share it to each other. I'm not going to take credit for your stuff.
So you could share the
Don't.
love.
Please don't.
I want to work out to your mix and see if it's any better. Like, see if it motivates
Motivates better than mine.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Whatever you say. All right, see you guys. 107's around the corner.